Jesus.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
You want some justice? Well, here you go. Welcome back to...
Get yourself some unlimited justice!
Whoa, nice. That's right, kids. Welcome back. I am Phil. Joining me, as always...
Well, hellfire, y'all.
That wonder of a woman herself.
Duh, it's me. I don't need any damn introduction.
You know who I am. Like the third episode. You know who I am. Should be paying attention. Damn it.
There will be a final.
There will be a test, yeah. All right, kids. So today we're going to cover JLA, Age of Wonder 1 and 2. Again, like we said last time, an Elseworlds tale. Pretty entertaining one. But no, before I forget, I mentioned Wonder Woman. Remember I was telling you last night I was looking at Funkos and Hot Topic the other day?
Yeah.
I saw like that White Lantern Sinestro, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get that. I saw that new Wonder Girl, what's her face? I was like, really? I'm like, really? We're pushing this stuff? Pushing this stuff here? Really? Yeah, there was one. I was like, really? Like,
somebody likes it, I guess.
Well, it was still sitting on the shelves. I don't know.
Was it the only one, or were there? See, if it's not selling, it's usually in the back clearance rack for like $4.50. That's how you can tell the ones that haven't sold the whole season. So if it wasn't in that back rack, it was okay. Somebody bought it.
All the Funkos they had were in the back. Like I told you, they didn't have a lot left. Like you said, and they're probably getting rid of what they had for the new stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They had one or two. So they might have sold some.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Toy Story. She's gonna go live with the Eternals.
Tell me why Walmart's mad as hell. They're just like full racks of Eternal t-shirts in every single size. I'm talking 3X to XS. That never happened.
You said I saw this Eternal stuff and like hardly any Spider-Man merchandise. How dare you?
Seriously, it's the world's upside down. It's a bizarre world indeed.
Yes, they don't want to spoil anything. No, it's too late.
I'm kind of bummed that this was only 2 issues, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, they could have really. I mean, this is kind of like a brand, let's say, new world, but it's like the old world. I mean, they could have did like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a prestige format, so I get it. But yeah, this is one of the ones where I'm just like 2 issues, you bastards.
Oh my God, there's only 2 issues, you bastards.
Exactly.
All right. So you want to jump into this?
Yeah. So, can you guess who has my favorite? No, like who's my favorite person in these 2 issues?
Superman.
Lex.
Close,
but no cigar.
Of course.
This is like his best, this is like his best being, I'm a rich man, listen to me.
Oh, yeah.
His monologues are amazing in these, I'm just saying.
Again, and then it's like the right era, so it's like even if someone looks at him the wrong, it's like, who, me? I'm just a simple inventor.
Simple businessman/scientist.
Exact. All right, so JLA Age of Wonder #1, July 2003.
Get it? Because they were doing the centennial thing. Get it?
Writer
in the book, not in America. In the book, yeah.
Writer Adish Akti Tanthamide. Penciler, P. Craig Russell, and Galen Showman.
Hey, Craig Russell, I hardly know him. There's your Blue Chew joke.
Yes, Blue Chew, we need your sponsorship. And as always,
suck it, Conan.
And Galen Showman, also inker, colorist Dave McGagh, letterer Bob Lappin, and editor Andrew Helfer. So a lot of like different names, like I'm not that familiar with.
That's your mom's Elsewhere / Black Label story. Oh no.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not Frank Miller.
Oh, I was gonna say no Grant Morrison or Mark Waid, but yeah,
exactly.
Definitely no. All right, so yeah, it's just The Age of Wonder Part 1.
Is this the only thing that he wrote for DC?
Let me see. Let me click the link because I was gonna say I wasn't familiar with the name. Yeah, click the link. All it says is he's a writer. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait.
And we never saw him again.
I was gonna. Look, there's more links. It might be because, yeah, that's all I'm seeing under creations. I mean, unless they're not listing any of his other stuff, yeah, all that's coming up is, I think. Oh wait.
I think he might write TV or something like that.
Maybe.
I think this is the only thing he did for
comics.
Yeah, because the name is familiar, so I'm assuming that he writes for TV, I think.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. All right. So, in 1876, the United States celebrates the centennial in Philadelphia's Centennial Exposition. Daily Planet reporter Lois Lane conducts an interview with a...
Poor Lois, always a reporter. Never a housewife being taken care of.
Always a bridesmaid, never a superhero.
Well, except for that one time.
Oh, true.
Well, those 3 times.
Conducts an interview with youthful businessman Lex Luthor.
Luscious full head of red hair? What now?
He don't need no Blue Chew. Luthor
I don't know that radiation poisoning. I don't know.
Well, he ain't monkey. I don't think
not here, but
I mean, somebody hasn't shown up yet. Luthor proudly tells her about his partnership in Thomas Edison's company.
This is how you know he's an a-hole. He's siding with Thomas Edison over Tesla. This is how you know.
Ow! You stole my patents, you a-hole. And how the company's technology will influence the world. But in mid-sentence of Lex's boastful monologue, Lois and many of the visitors are attracted to a spectacle outside, namely a flying man who is carrying the torch of the Statue of Liberty, as was the order by the president of its delivery from France, for the exposition.
Can I just say that France is so unoriginal? Don't think that America has the only Statue of Liberty in the world, because we don't. It's not even the biggest Statue of Liberty in the world, okay? Like, France... Get yourself a new shtick, okay?
Oh, Lord. Hey, I don't even have to see the name and just the effing nerds in the comments. Good morning, Noel.
Oh my God! Here I was being a history nerd, and now I'm embarrassed because I didn't think anybody would be up at this god awful time of day. And if they were, they should be at work.
Good morning, Noel Looney Tunes Tate, my Obi-Wan Kenobi in the ITK episode. How are you? Or Morpheus. How are you?
Can I get an F in the chat for Morpheus? Can I get an F in the chat? At least Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh my god. We should do some kind of live reading for like the original Matrix. Have Noel be Morpheus, or Morpheus. Just be like, take the blue effing pill.
Oh, it's Chad!
It's Chad!
It's the power of Chad!
Oh, well, effing nerds is like the trademark of Noel Tate, so I thought that was Noel Tate.
I don't know, you're gonna have to double check. I don't trust any of these people with no faces on their comments.
Nah, they all love the they all love the personal attention. So yeah, it's Chad. Been a while, Chad. Uh, so yes, it's a little bit of monologue about the Statue of Liberty.
The flying man, you see?
France sent us a big lady in a dress.
That sounds about right, if you know, you know. Suck it, France!
Wow, we're doing whole countries now.
They're not going to hear this.
You never know.
Jerry Lewis.
It's the internet. You never know. See, Wolf's gonna get us into a war. I tell you.
Trump's not president anymore. They can take a joke now. Suck it.
Liberty Mama is glorious. Thank you much.
Now with new and improved Captain America shield, if you live in the Marvel universe.
I don't know. Well, spoilers, maybe not.
Maybe not.
They're trying to trash that shield. The Flying Strongman. Oh, hey, when I was in FYE the other day, they did have a Rogers the Musical t-shirt.
Oh my god, you didn't get it for me? You know you have the only FYE in the world, bro.
Do you want it? I'll go get it.
I'll see if it has it, if they have it on Amazon.
Maybe I'll
then I'll cash app you if they don't.
The Flying Strongman introduces himself to the amazed onlookers as Clark Kent, and he himself, and he has incredible powers and abilities that he wanted to be put to good use during this specific time and place when America and the world is at the dawn of an age of
wonder. They said the thing.
So check it. Yep, title check. So he proposed to the investors and scientists that he is looking for the greatest inventor of all time who he can help speed things up.
Tesla?
Oh, yeah.
Paging Tesla! Nikola Tesla!
Well, this prompted various and eager investors to rush up to Clark. Lois helpfully tells the much-beleaguered Clark that Lex Luthor could vouch him to work for Thomas Edison. Before a hesitant Lex could completely answer, Clark too quickly accepts and flies to Edison's compound at Menlo Park.
Boo.
Where is that? Where is Menlo Park? Is it New York or is that hive of scum and villainy?
Menlo Park is in California.
Oh,
at least the one I'm familiar with. I don't think I don't know. I think they. Well, yeah, no. I think that is historically accurate if I remember.
Okay, I just saw the torch. I'm thinking New York.
Yeah, no, it's the place where he was like. It was like his place where he went to go get away. Where he came up with quote unquote like 400 different patent ideas. I think is the thing it's most famous for.
Oh. Chad, isn't it a prison?
Well, it's in California, so yeah. As a Californian, I can say that.
She was born in
it's
California.
It's not all beaches and sun. It's smog and taxes and uncontrolled homeless population because of policies. But anyway, off my soapbox. You think it's a blue state, but it's really not. That's all I'm saying.
Let me tell you about the place of my birth.
Talk about a hive and scum and villainy. I wish we had a damn lethal protector in real life. Oh. Come on, Ben Riley. Save that dump. That's a dump.
Oh, well, she's back. A week later, Edison is not willing to hire Clark as he points out that Luthor cannot vouch for him as he is nothing more than a mere junior bookkeeper. Oh, burn.
Oh, pride cometh before fall.
Furthermore, while Edison considered Clark to be a real-life Paul Bunyan, he doesn't see any...
Hey now!
He doesn't see any point to having another workhorse when he already has enough. However, Clark convinces Edison otherwise by shaping a palm of sand with his heat vision into a light bulb.
See? Thief. Thief. Thief.
Oh my God. Blue Chew, we can have a mascot for you. Come on now. Babe, the Blue Chew Ox. Come on.
It's good enough for Joe Rogan. It's good enough for me. Put it on a t-shirt.
He's big. He's big. He's strong. Gets the job
And
done.
most importantly, he's blue.
Gets the job done. Clark molded 10,000 filaments, which impressed Edison's employee, Nikola Tesla. Tesla shares...
It's okay to be historically inaccurate. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's a comic book. I'll allow it.
It's not even the proper DC universe. It's an alternate timeline. Come on.
I know. Justice for Tesla, okay?
Tesla shares his complaints to Clark about Edison. So it's like, what's the difference between... Everyone was born earlier in this timeline, so it's basically Krypton blew itself up earlier in this timeline.
I hate this timeline. Let me tell you.
Chad hates everything. Tesla shares his complaints to Clark about Edison and his own hubris, stating that the man only takes credit for everyone else's contributions, including Clark.
Finally, the Edison slander we've been waiting for.
I was gonna say, what is this? A debate between Lilith and Charlie? Come on.
I don't think even Charlie would take Edison's side.
Well, he is that kind of freak.
I'm that kind of freak.
Talk about somebody who puts on a gimp mask and murders people. What's Edison gonna do? Sue me?
Oh man, that would be your. If you debate Charlie and anything, oh my God, those movie reviews are gonna be like, don't you wear a gimp mask and murder people?
Oh, I'm gonna wear a gimp mask and murder people.
No, my every closing argument is gonna be, despite popular belief, you are cancelable. Your opinion voided null.
I'm uncancelable.
I just need Oz's laugh. That's it. I just need that on a button. Just.
Sir, are you or are you not a cocaine addict?
Everyone loves cocaine.
Well, if that's the case, then we can't take any of our favorite creators from the 60s and 70s. SNL, gone!
Oh.
Just saying. Boy, no. That's funny. Did you see it?
Yes. Oh my. Tesla is also confused why Clark can't take advantage of his powers for his own benefit and never even claim any credit. Clark honestly replies that he doesn't seek personal fame and fortune, but rather how much he is learning. Lex overhears Clark and believes that Clark is using his honest outlook for an angle until he realizes that he really does just want to help people. Annoyed with Clark's anachrastic talk, Lex argues with Clark that in his view, the business of making inventions is all about making money, not giving it away for free.
You know, like America, that's what we're built on.
Okay, so I'm starting to see why Lil likes Lex in this story.
You need the money, gimme. He's a pragmatist.
It's 1876. I need a new horse and buggy and a driver.
A rolling estate, you know?
Yes. A new shiny belt buckle, something, yeah.
A new bonnet for his lady?
I can buy you many bonnets and big dresses, my dear. Meanwhile, Tesla tries to convince Edison of his proposal of his alternate current plan.
AC/DC. Wait, no, they sue. Don't.
Okay.
That's not very rock and roll, but neither is Metallica, so sorry, Phil.
I don't care. Well, Metallica's all right. Just tell me Dave Grohl is not an a-hole and I'll be fine. Which Clark has helped in developing, but Edison doesn't accept his proposal because he firmly believes direct current is the source of the future, and he tells Tesla to either live with it or leave it. Shortly afterward, Lex approaches Tesla and announces that George Westinghouse, Edison's,
Oh, damn. Deep cut. Deep cut.
Edison's business rival, is willing to license Tesla's AC patents. Lex is willing to negotiate the best deal on Tesla.
Do you know what he's famous for?
What?
He's from Pennsylvania. You should know.
Yeah.
Y'all should have learned this. It's the railway air brake.
Oh yes. Hold on, I just have to mute Alexa because every time I say Lex, she starts getting twitchy.
Yes.
Like that South Park special. What? Now you want something?
I'm going to therapy. I made an appointment.
Yeah,
Would
hey
you
Chad,
like to buy a tankless water filter?
Chad, don't get an Alexa. What? All you do is drink and try to forget.
Back his name. Oh, we'll get there.
What, Tesla? Oh, man. Oh, that's going to have to be another crossover.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Meg. Oh, my God. We can cross over a lot of stuff. Because, I mean, there was a Batman miniseries where Dick was Batman. No, we could do a podcast-wide crossover again.
Who the F do you think you are? The CW, Philip?
Yeah, so Lex is willing to negotiate a deal for Tesla on behalf for a small commission. Seeing a chance to leave
commission.
I need the money. Gimme.
We need the money. Gimme.
I need to buy radioactive rocks. Seeing a chance to leave Edison's tyranny, Tesla agrees with Lex and Westinghouse's offer, but on the condition that Clark also work with them, much to Lex's consternation.
Talk about an old-timey word. Dag nabbit!
How dare you, sir? He's gonna roll up the sleeves and try to punch Clark.
That's enough to make me want to go do the whole Deadwood rewatch, right?
Oh my God! Look at Chad. I have an Alexa I don't use. Mouthy puck face. Thank you for that.
I'm stealing that. Yes, mouthy puck face. Puck with a P.
What's a better alias, Lil Hellfire? Puckett or puck face?
Puckett. Chicks don't puckett. If you see it on the internet, just know it's me and I'm being a troll.
Is that our new insult? Ah, man, that one. He's such a puck face.
No, mouthy puck face.
What is he?
Love it.
Puck face. What is he? A Canadian?
You're not getting a shekel.
Is he a
Quick,
Canadian?
delete all the comments. No evidence.
A puck face. Yeah, puck face. What is he? A Canadian hockey player? Since working for Westinghouse, Clark Kent has been helping in constructing Westinghouse's hydroelectric power station at Niagara Falls that is overseen by Luthor. Man, I was waiting for Clark to just catch some stupid kid who falls off the side.
In a barrel. Going down in a barrel. I got you, kid.
No, Superman 2, you have to catch that kid before he gives up his powers for that sweet, sweet loving.
Well, how else are we going to get a baby? Only if you've seen the do you know?
Can you imagine, Lilith? I must renounce my powers forever if you want that sweet, sweet loving. Or else it will destroy.
Sold. I hated it anyway.
Or else it will destroy you. How many times has a man told you it will destroy you, Lilith?
They know better. They don't want their feelings hurt.
Yo, please, they don't want you afterward. Really? Lois Lane also arrives there and wanting to interview the two, especially Clark.
Ooh.
Lois cannot help to note Lex's change in attitude toward Edison's company since the exposition. Lex happily admits that he was wrong and he had realized that the future lies on those who control the means of production and the marketing of inventions. Namely
Capitalism!
Oh my
Early
God.
stage capitalism.
So in this timeline, did Lex Luthor invent capitalism?
Feels like it was a cabal.
He created the whole system. Oh my God! Can you imagine if somehow they did it where like he went back in time to this time and invented capitalism for himself? The system is rigged because I created it.
Well, honestly, this should have been his father, but I'll allow it. Or his grandfather or something like that.
Chad says,
somebody's a filthy commie. No judgments.
It's like that Seinfeld episode. Are you dating Elaine? Chad?
Another Seinfeld reference.
I could do this all day. Here's my boyfriend. He's a communist.
Netflix. I don't know what I'd do without it.
Oh my. Where's that? A large mob of reporters have also arrived at Niagara Falls, whom were summoned by Lex. Oh man, did he even not call Lois?
He called the paparazzi on himself. You know, he's very Kanye in that way.
Talks like him. But the reporters are too interested in seeing Clark and trying to push their way to see him and accidentally push Lois to fall off the ledge.
I got you! Who's got you?
I mean, come on, Lil Hellfire.
It wrote itself, man!
Lil, come on, that is a boss move. You want to impress a woman, you catch her with one hand in midair and you catch an entire helicopter.
Then he rips her shoulder off and he has to learn his lesson and she falls to her death because he's just looking at the arm.
Oh my God, what was that, like the second or third episode of Big Bang Theory where they're talking about that? They're like, you know what, she would be sliced to pieces if he caught her in his steel arms. He's like, Sheldon, it would have been more merciful to let her hit the ground.
I'm saying. Physics are different. Actually, physics are very different in the DC universe. The Earth is bigger. Gravity has a slightly different equation. Blah, blah, blah.
Seriously, we'll never get into it. They're never going to do it. But, you know, Superman has some kind of gravity manipulation. Come on.
Has to.
Yeah.
Quick, you might summon Charlie.
Oh! And come. Yes. What are the physics of the DC universe?
We're doing me now?
No, he'll be like, gravity manipulation. Let's solve this toilet problem first. No one else.
Exactly. I was gonna say this isn't a toilet problem, so he doesn't.
Oh my God, this is the perfect DC story because they don't have to have toilets yet. They all have outhouses, right?
Exactly. Oh, Jonathan Kent.
Wait, what?
Oh, well, yeah, that name does work now. I was like, wait a minute, 2003, yeah, that works.
Oh God, Will's talking about Smallville again. Someone save me.
Without Smallville, you would have nothing!
I know.
Technically, their adventures are Lois and Clark, but I'm going to give Tom Welling the heavy lifting because he did last 10 seasons, so.
That's
Still the record debate.
Come on, Lois is still hanging in midair. Fortunately, Clark catches her. A grateful Lois suggests Clark wears a cape.
Boo! No capes, Incredibles. Listen to Edna. No capes.
Hey, maybe Lois likes capes.
It's her fetish. I won't judge her.
And it's the late 1800s. Aren't all these fancy men?
It was his great grandfather's cape. What do you mean? Look at you, Krypton.
You should wear a cape.
The fancy house of L has to wear a cape.
You should wear a cape. It's very European. Sometime after the events of Niagara Falls, Clark adopts a blue uniform with a red cape as suggested by Lois and meets his parents at their farm. Jonathan Kent reads the Daily Planet newspaper, which heralds his son as the Superman.
I prefer the Man of Tomorrow, but it's fine because it turned out not to be true. It's fine.
Oh, though his parents are impressed with their son, Clark still wants to know why he has his powers. The Kents, believing that it is time for their son to know.
Birthright! Another buzzword for Superman.
Lead Clark to their barn to show his birthright, a small spaceship. Oh my god! If you
Like,
want to go,
as a kid, he didn't go through that. Come on, that's the hardest thing to believe.
oh, the communist line would like to chime in. And Red Sun, he's the man of yesterday.
Exactly.
I was waiting for them to go completely Elseworlds and just be like, either we don't know where you came from, maybe crawls away from that rocket and they never see the rocket, or it's just like, oh, you're some kind of mutant.
Bang baby, he's a bang baby.
Oh.
Or they could just go. They adopted him because they couldn't have kids and they don't know where he comes from.
There's a story. He actually is Jonathan and Martha's child, but it's like, oh yeah,
Martha was the Kryptonian.
No. Oh, you were conceived on top of an atomic bomb or something. Something. It's just. Oh my lord! Intercourse on top of a nuclear weapon. Sounds like something Little Hellfire would do.
No, I like my skin too much. It took a lot of years to get it this soft and this smooth. I don't want it falling off and rotting away.
She's like, in the graveyard is the freakiest I'll get. Oh my.
It's not Halloween anymore. Shh.
Much later, at Tesla's Pearl Street workshop, Clark shows the spaceship to Lex. Tesla and his co-workers, Ted Knight and Barry Allen.
Go drink some hard water, will ya?
Oh my. I know, man. We just entirely skipped Jay Garrick, right? Barry Allen.
We don't skip Jay Garrick, just like we don't skip 9 in the Who fandom.
He explains to them about his alien origins from planet Krypton, planet Houston, by showing them a holographic projection of his birth world and its destruction. Everyone is left astonished and have their own reactions. Tesla sees Kryptonian civilization to be a virtual utopia. Lex sees the economic potential from replicating the Kryptonian technology from Clark's spaceship for profit.
And that'll never change.
Wow.
That's an ongoing thing for Lex.
Knight is overwhelmed and states that the existence of Krypton and the extraterrestrial life would undermine and shatter humanity's entire belief system. The revelation spurs Lex to accept Knight's theory of not upsetting the status quo, but Clark and Barry Allen see that it doesn't mean it could stop them from using what they learned to benefit humanity.
I mean, that's how we got Velcro and Tang.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know.
Aliens?
Mm-hmm.
It was NASA.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, here's some Velcro and Tang. Leave us alone, kid.
And they fell for it. That's why our stealth technology doesn't work in the rain. I'm just saying, the aliens screwed us.
Here's some technology for an Apple phone. Hey, leave us alone. Get out of our neighborhood.
Well, some people do think Steve Jobs was an alien, but I'll let that theory rest in peace since he's no longer with us.
A week later, in 1893, Tesla and his co-workers
The Luther Company, how original.
work for Lex's newly established Luther Company. Whoa. Is it any more original than Luther Corps? Or
I guess.
It's 1876. You can't be too subtle, Lil.
Yeah, everything was a sledgehammer with the name. Rockefeller Center, Rockefeller Oil. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's the person's name and company. Yeah, everything.
J.P. Morgan Company. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What was I thinking?
Ted Knight makes headway in creating a gravity staff. Hey-oh.
I bet.
Hey-oh. Chad says Lexus Company. Lexus would have been a better name. I don't think so, Chad, because us is in the word, and Lex is one of horses.
Lex I.
Yes, exactly. A Lex.
Shh.
I muted her.
Yeah, me too. I always turn mine off.
Which harnesses and redirects all type of energy, and field testing it during a thunderstorm, becoming known as the Starman in the process. Knight returns to the others and tests his rod's energy on Clark. Shut up, Lilith.
I've always said that Superman was a power bottom. That's my headcanon. You can't change it.
That's what Batman says.
Exactly.
Hey-oh. This unexpectedly ricochets the beam of energy on Barry's experiment, causing the chemical to explode in front of him. His friends hurry to Barry's side.
And Lex is pissed he still didn't get it.
Oh my god. Can you imagine if Lex would have got super speed? Or it's like, Alan got super speed. All it did was make me lose my hair.
Exactly.
Look at Chad. Rod of energy. Have you been on those websites, Little Hellfire frequent? His friends hurry to Barry's side, but finds him totally unharmed. Barry then gets up and starts cleaning the mess with superhuman speed, thus becoming the Human Flash.
The Human! Oh my gosh. Terrible, terrible.
Again, it's 1876, man. You got to be... Can't be subtle. So, yes, they were playing with
there
their
were
rod.
phone booths back then? I don't think so.
Were there phones back then?
I mean, a telegram, I would believe. I mean, I guess they're kind of jump-starting,
Well, again,
post-industrialism.
With Clark and everyone, with Clark's
Exactly.
help,
You're just like, wait a tick.
They're inventing stuff quicker. Oh my god, they'd be like, I'm surprised they didn't go, hey, it's 1900. Look, we just invented the television. Yeah. With all this,
like, should you do the radio first?
All this Kryptonian technology.
Cold lamps.
So yes, kid, they were playing with their rod, and Barry Allen got super speed. Sounds like Little Hellfire's origin. Sometime later, Lois reports to Perry White from a phone booth, yes, that Clark... Well, again, I guess, and again, story-wise, a phone booth speeds up the process. Lois isn't, like, writing him a letter and waiting months for a reply or something.
Or a telegram. Like I said, they could have done a telegram. That would have been more believable, but...
That's true. Pony Express.
They're living in a society.
We're living in a society that Clark and his friends are displaying a public charity event by giving away Tesla's latest invention, cold lamps. Cold wireless lamps for free. But when the stocks of cold lamps are exhausted, the people who didn't receive the lamps are left jealously upset and start attacking the people who got them. Superman tries to calm the public without using any of his powers and promises to make more cold lamps, but to no avail. The riot is brutally crushed by the police, in which 34 people are injured and over 50 are arrested. And thus we get our first Black Friday, kids.
Love it. Love it.
I
love that for society.
Luther is outraged over the cold lamp riots and lashes out at Clark and his friends for causing bad publicity for his company because of their naivete. This leads to an argument between Lex and Clark over the former's concerns over money rather than the people who were hurt.
We need the money. Gimme.
Lex states that wealth defines society, and frustrating Clark into breaking Lex's desk. Yeah! Kick his desk over. Clark swears that there is another better way for society, to which Lex sardonically replies to let him know. Clark later meets with Lois and expresses his regret for his responsibility in causing the riot. Lois tells Clark that his mistake is for putting too much faith in people that he assumed are good and pure as he is. She suddenly gives him a kiss and tells him that there is always another day.
Or night.
Ayo. And thus the name Man of Steel comes into creation.
Sliced right in half.
Hey-o. By 1896, Clark is contacted by Captain Hal. Oh, how dare you. Everyone is always someone's favorite.
It's on Will's birthday, no less.
I know. Come on, give it to him. It's his birthday.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Clark is contacted by Captain Hal Jordan to a secret military air base called Lot
51. 51.
It's still early on, Lilith. There's no areas yet. They're just Lot.
Yep, lots of land. Hell.
Hey, Lot 51, where a mortally wounded Green Lantern alien wants to speak to Clark. The alien explains to Superman that he is dying and he wants to choose him as his successor. Everyone wants Clark these days. Tell you what.
Man of Steel. Word spreads fast.
But Clark is hesitant because he has too many responsibilities as it is. Instead, he suggests Captain Jordan as the next Green Lantern for being a man of decency and courage. The alien accepts and explains to Jordan that the ring will help instruct him in using it before passing away. Burdened with his
And that was his biggest mistake.
Oh my. What? Hal Jordan. Oh my god, can you imagine an early 1900s Parallax? Oh my god. Oh my god. Then you bring in a young Kyle Rayner who invents like the first comic book. Oh my gosh.
No, it would be a guy named Lee Stanward.
Oh.
Excelsior!
Hey, it was his 99th birthday yesterday.
I know.
Oh, we have to,
I actually bought a Stanley t-shirt off of Amazon yesterday.
Oh, we might have to do a special next year for his 100th.
Yeah, definitely put that on the calendar.
Excelsior!
Oh boy, I wonder if Charlie will be down for that.
No, he hates Stanley. It's not like it's Jim Shooter.
He doesn't like Marvel.
We're doing me now?
One more day? How dare you bring that energy in here?
Get out, Chad.
Kick him out. He's gotta go.
Burdened with his new responsibility as Green Lantern of Earth, Hal gives his predecessor an honorary burial outside of the base. A year later, America has become a flourishing and technologically advanced nation with cities peaked with skyscrapers, houses and streets lit up with electrical lights, and
Zeppelins. This is how you know you're pretentious and your society is doomed. Zeppelins.
We made them out of lead. And airplanes dominate the skies, all thanks to the efforts of Superman and his allies.
No hyphen either.
No, just a space. At the Olympus building, get it, owned by the Thomas Wayne Company. Oh boy, here we go. Because it can't be a DC story without certain character kids. Clark is hosting the
and he ruins everything as he always does.
Oh, the inauguration of the League of Science, an organization that will ensure that science cannot be misused and help share their knowledge with the world and inspire people to benefit all humanity, bringing them to an age of wonder.
I guess take a drink.
Again. Hal Jordan is among the guests and is cynically unimpressed with Clark's Age of Wonder speech as he privately shares his criticism of Clark with Luthor, calling him a dreamer who doesn't understand about human nature. During the party,
ungrateful SOB.
What, Hal Jordan?
Yeah.
I know.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
During the party, Clark meets with the Waynes and their son, Bruce, who is awe-inspired and swears to grow up and be a scientist like Clark. Sure. As Clark shares his appreciation with Bruce, he then overhears Lex trying to proposing to Lois to be her husband, but Lois rejects him for Clark because of his kindness that Lex lacks. The kindness that Lex severely lacks. Enlightened, Clark walks up to Lois and gives her a dance while in midair.
Now he's just showing off.
Oh yeah, he's just rubbing it in Lex's face.
Hey-o.
Low-key,
Lex might like that though, so.
Double L.
Exactly.
Within a year, Clark and Lois are married. The League of Science protects society from natural disasters and finding new scientific discoveries, such as building an observatory on the Earth's moon. A watchtower, if you will.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Luthor has taken an airship expedition to the Venetian Bohemian Mountains for a shipment of mysterious cargo to be brought back to the United States.
Wonder what that could be.
Something green?
Something shiny? Something radioactive?
Something green, and then not the stuff Lilith likes.
Smoked and Juby.
Oh, I thought you were going to say money, but...
Oh, well, that too, yeah. In Lex's airship, he and his crew are overcome with an unknown illness and sent out a distress signal. The League, consisting of Superman, Starman, and Green Lantern, arrive at the airship and finding some of Lex's crew dead or barely alive. They also discover that the crew are suffering from exposure from radiation poisoning from Lex's cargo, which reveals to be radium ores.
Idiot.
Sure, is it radium? Sure. From the planet Krypton. The three evacuate everyone off the ship and have the ores destroyed, much to Lex's extreme dismay.
Up, here we go.
Due to his radiation exposure, Lex has lost his hair and is recuperating in a hospital. Lex meets with Nikola Tesla and consults on a project with Tesla is building which involves nuclear energy.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Tesla assures him that he will make a prototype within a year before leaving, just as Lex is then visited by Clark and Lois. The industrialist is none too pleased in seeing them and is confirmed by Clark that he had overheard what Tesla and Lex had been discussing.
You're making a death ray?
They are building a weapon of mass destruction.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Yes, a death ray.
Uh-oh. Clark's putting his foot down. That can't be good.
Back to Chad. Cal is just a huge weeb, starts publishing Western manga with Eternity comics.
I could see that.
And Chad, yeah, F the capitalist tyrants. Okay, you call me. Guess the death ray. Clark explains that he will not allow it to be built. Lex fiercely defends his project, granting that he only wants to achieve something without the help of Supermen.
Jealousy is a hell of a drug. Green-eyed monsters got a hold of him.
Oh, yeah, always. Lex and Clark pressure Lex to abandon his project and be accepting of what he achieved as much as Kent, but Lex isn't convinced. By 1900...
Back in the 1900s. The early 1900s, though.
So Y1K. The League of Science, including Lex, meets at the Olympus building, concerned about the manufacture of weapons.
Meanwhile, in the hall of the Olympus building.
Oh, back at the Olympus building. With this discussion reveals that their charter prohibits weapons based off of their scientific resources. The discussion shifts to the use of their powers in military ventures, as the charter also prohibits the League members from using their powers in resolving political disputes.
Uh-oh.
Hal Jordan, who despite resigning his commission in the Army, has recently participated in the war in Mexico at the behest of Secretary of State Roosevelt, and defends his actions, arguing that what he had done prevents both sides from suffering heavy casualties, and that he is a patriot obligated to serve his country, in stark contrast to his colleagues' unrealistic thinking. Though his fellow Leaguers still insist that their charter prohibits weapons of war, Hal argues that it was then, and it's a different world now, as their inventions have remade wars all over, and it's given nations a new reason to fight wars over. Hal continues his tirade that America, with advanced technology and prosperity, has become an envy of the rest of the world, and that they must be prepared when they decide to get a piece of it.
I feel like... okay.
No, there's always going to be people arguing about that.
Yeah.
So
we should live under a one world, new world order, some would say.
So Captain Jordan wants to build a wall? Clark exhaustively decides to adjourn the meeting. And
wait a minute, if he would have participated in that war, wouldn't the Green Lantern Corps come and smacked him on the wrist or something?
Maybe, but it's like, yeah, I mean, we haven't seen any other Green Lantern, well, except for the dead one, but we haven't seen any other Green Lantern.
That should raise some flags.
They're primitive. How much trouble can he get in? So yeah,
we're the planet that everybody flies by and locks their doors. So
exactly. So after during the meeting, Clark plans his tomorrow with the Wayne family for a tour of their headquarters. After everyone, wait, you got to
Mask of Zorro? Do I smell a Mask of Zorro showing?
I was gonna say you got to snooze the money, people. Come on. What is it gonna be, like a live play of Zorro or something?
The Lone Ranger.
After everyone left, Lex and Hal discuss over the latter's concerns and agreeing that they must protect America's interests. The next day, the Waynes are walking to the Olympus building. As they see Clark, a wagon containing a bomb explodes near the Waynes, which heavily damaged the Olympus building's foundations. The League rescues the civilians, and Superman tries to dig survivors out from the debris. He then finds that, to his horror, that only Bruce survived. Yep.
Plot twist, only Thomas Wayne survived.
Oh.
That's the better story, but whatever. Too soon.
Was he far away from the flashpoint of that bomb? In
retrospect, they kicked themselves.
After the ambulances and rescue workers help escort the victims and recovering the dead, the League learned from Lois that the bombing was committed by a terrorist group called the Spartans.
I am Spartacus!
We are Sparta! Who are dissatisfied, low-class workers posing against corporations. Supplied with Lois's information, the League head over to the Lower East Side of New York City and find the Spartans.
New York City! Sorry.
Speaking of Zorro, the dude. There's a Zorro flick coming up.
An
apocalyptic Zorro.
I thought you were talking about the new Zorro TV show or whatever.
I don't know what's going on. They find the place deserted, knowing that the Spartans may have heard of their arrival. They are then attacked by the vigilante known as the Green Arrow.
No. Wilmer Valderrama is going to be the new Zorro. That's going to be on Disney Plus or whatever.
Lock up your daughters.
Your underage daughters, but she ain't heard that from me. He did date Lindsay Lohan when she was underage, as well as a couple of other starlets. So, yeah. The Green Gobber. You get out, sir.
Oh my!
Better than modern day Batman, I'll tell you that much.
Hey-o.
I should know. I do a podcast on him.
Hey-o. The vigilante knows Green Arrow, who easily defeats both Starman and the Human Flash. The group are quickly confronted by an angry mob who pelt them with garbage.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato!
Confused, Superman asks them why they are doing this, in which Green Arrow speaks for the people. He explains that they are workers who are unfairly paid less in grueling working conditions.
Why is this still a thing?
I know. Fired for getting a raise or joining a
Literally,
union.
since the story's come out, I don't think the federal minimum wage has gone up. So,
yeah, true. And intimidated by strike beaters and the police, all due for miserably building for the utopia established by the League.
Have you seen an Amazon warehouse? I'm just saying, this is terrible. This is literally like 20 years later, and yeah.
Yes, and as Chad reminds us, we have the third shift crew in our feed right now. The Spartans are the result, and they took violence as a way to fight back. Arrow finishes his criticism to the League that for everything they have done, they did not even stand for justice. Oh!
Hey, that wasn't Chad.
Hey, we're the Science League, not the Justice League.
Exactly.
Oh, are you with us now, Chad? Yeah, or Russell, because Chad was here. I can't tell you guys apart. Wait, who am I? Love Hellfire?
Allow. Hey, number one.
I know I'm number one. But Arrow agrees that the Spartans can't be condoned for murders, and he makes his promise that he will capture them before disappearing. Later in the late afternoon, Green Lantern meets with Luthor on his new Zeppelin outside of the city's coast. He announces that Superman poses a threat to America and decides it's time.
I lost my beautiful hair. He must die.
What is this? Is Lex having a midlife crisis? Zeppelin overcompensating for something?
Oh yeah.
That's his sports car. That night at Central Park, Lex talks with Lois about everything that has happened. Just as the couple start discussing about their marriage, they are met by Hal, who reports that there is trouble on the moon. Once above the moon, Hal and Clark have been talking on the way concerning Clark's overbearing attitude towards Lex and Tesla's construction of their death ray. Clark remains absolute that his view on the matter remains the same, but as Clark's back is turned, Hal points his power ring at him and remorsefully apologizes before shooting Clark into deep space. On Earth, Hal creates a cover story of Clark's absence to the League and Lois that Clark died when he was crushed to death by the gravitational pull of a comet and that his body cannot be recovered. Lois emotionally breaks down while comforted by Ted Knight and Barry Allen. Hal is guilt-ridden and demands to Lex that they need to talk. The nation mourns Superman's death, and the story ends with a distraught Lois lying in her living room as Lex outside knocks on her door to court her. Man, the body ain't cold. Well, it is cold. It's in deep space. But, I mean, figuratively, the body ain't cold yet. Russell. Yeah, we know it's you, Russell. All right, that was issue 1, Lilith. What do you think?
That's a mouthful, but it's great. I like I said, this literally could have been like 6 issues, 12 issues. They packed so much into the first issue.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it. I still think it was very fast paced. I love, the origin stories are so hilarious. I think it's a very well done story.
For you history nerds, in real life, Nikola Tesla hadn't been living in the United States in 1896 until he emigrated in 1884. Thomas Edison's dismissal of alternating current in favor of direct current is based on the competition between Thomas Edison's company, Edison Electric Light Company, and Westinghouse's company over electric power delivery systems, which is known as the Current War. Tesla is depicted to be very anxious around Lois Lane at the hospital, as he was very shy towards women in real life.
I don't believe that, but okay.
The Current War, which was very long ago. All right, so should we get to the next one?
Let's do it.
And the interesting thing, if you read this on DC Universe Finite, like they really
should stop calling it that.
I know. For once, it's nice. They don't have it even in the 2 issues. They put it together as like one big thing, so you don't even have to go to the next issue. You can just flip through the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever do a print like that? Did they print them both together in one?
I don't know.
Does it say? I didn't think so, because I think I would already had it if they did.
Maybe once they started putting it on the app, maybe they're just like, why didn't we just combine this thing, at some point?
Yeah.
And oversized. We could one book. We can charge twice as much money. Come on. All right.
Exactly.
All right, so JLA Age of Wonder number 2, August 2003. Same team, of course. All right. Oh, now we're skipping ahead, kid, because now it is 1911, and America, due to the influence of the superpowered League of Science, has become the most technologically advanced civilization on Earth. As a result,
I like the second cover the best, by the way.
Oh yeah, with Wonder Woman on it.
Doom and gloom and Plastic Man.
Yes. As a result, World War I broke out years earlier than in the Prime timeline.
Only 20 years,
boy.
It's fine.
I know. Meanwhile, in the New Jersey docks...
Always bank robbers in Jersey. I'm starting to wonder here.
Charlie Esther saying he doesn't have any money. Ah, indeed,
He's got
sir.
new Christmas shoes.
The apple.
He
juice
has a
is
white
flowing
suit. We're definitely gonna have to have an intervention if I catch him in a white suit.
Oh my god! That cosplay needs to happen. Get me a Daredevil costume. I will cosplay with him. We need to make that happen.
Stay tuned to The Devil You Know to find out if it happens.
Oh my god, you guys have to come to town for a con or something. Oh my god, Daredevil Electra Kingpin. This must happen. It must happen, Little Hellfire.
Tell Charlie he's the one with the brood.
Oh please, he'll make it happen for that. Oh my god, can you imagine him in a white suit with a pimp cane? Oh my god.
Be like that one episode of Seinfeld with Kramer.
Yes.
Technicolor.
Oh. All right. In New Jersey, Green Arrow chases 2 bank robbers to a warehouse facility.
What is this, Marvel Universe?
And a struggle ensues, and one of the crooks accidentally shoots the building's storage tanks, spilling a chemical fluid which ignites. Moments later, the building explodes, killing Green Arrow and almost everyone inside. Inexplicably, one of the facility's scientists, a woman, emerges from the rubble unharmed. She flies away while being unknowingly observed by a drunken bum nearby.
No, that bum wasn't Hal Jordan.
Oh, jeez.
Meanwhile, at the League of Science.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Science, the League of Science, including its newest members, Plastic Man and Ray Palmer, investigate the scene of the explosion. Palmer discovers that there are traces of modified fossil fuel, which explains the explosion's size and power. They are joined on the scene by the Batman.
Widely thought to be an urban myth.
He suggests that they focus on finding the flying woman, according to the bum whose claims were initially dismissed, may hold the key to the mystery. Man, he's been on the scene 5 minutes and already barking orders.
Classic Batman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, again, kids love him.
I love Batman.
Meanwhile,
He's not gonna hear this.
well, oh my god, can you imagine if he's just like, oh, Justice League, maybe I'll listen. Then
It's like, aha!
Like, hey Ray, you can listen to the first half of the episode. There's really no Batman in the first half, except for as a kid. We get to this.
It's his favorite part when his parents die. It's his favorite part.
I was gonna say we get to this point and I just say the Batman, and Ray's like, I'm out.
I love Batman.
Meanwhile, Lex Luthor, recently appointed U.S. Secretary of Defense,
At least he's not president yet.
is enraged by the warehouse's destruction. He owned the warehouse and wants his informant to replace the fuels and cover up any leads to him. Lex then strides into a room with the flying woman who escaped the explosion, revealed to be Diana of Themyscira.
Thea's mascara!
Diana is dismayed in not rescuing the people from the warehouse, but Luthor assures her that the important thing is having her alive and that the project is still on course. Also, he promises Diana that her mother and her Amazon sisters will be free from German tyranny, as their island was conquered for its resources and technology that are used for Germany's war.
Exactly.
And again, some things never change. At the Batcave,
been up all night, baby.
I love Batman.
Bruce Wayne has been up all night researching the warehouse and the person who's responsible for Green Arrow's death. He shows a lead to Alfred, who, yes, also here, explaining that the warehouse was property of Luthor's holding company, which was supposed to be divested by Luthor since he was appointed as Secretary of Defense.
Oh, this is so timely. People in the government not giving up their stocks and whatnot. Not disclosing pertinent information to their financial standing.
I was going to say, what? So Lex didn't show his taxes?
Interesting.
Bruce, having long studied Luther's strategies and practices for years, concludes that Luther is up to something.
Well, duh, Luther is alive. Of course he's up to something.
His mouth is moving. Of course he's
Some detective, buddy. Some detective.
Oh my god, this is early 1900s, man. He literally should have pulled out a magnifying glass.
Put the little Sherlock Holmes cap on. Something's afoot, Alfred!
Indubitably, sir.
The game is afoot.
In New York City, the League attends a charity event hosted by Bruce Wayne concerning the war in Europe and hearing Princess Diana's plight.
He's like, ooh, I gotta get me a piece of that.
Nah, wouldn't you? Diana's plight of the Amazons' enslavement by Germany and thanking America for its role in supporting Themis.
Thieves mascara!
Yep. Lois Lane interviews the president and Luther about America's neutrality in the conflict. The president stresses that America will not declare war until all other options are exhausted. Luther, on the other hand, vocally supports America's intervention for not only stopping German aggression, but an opportunity to bring higher employment in America's industrial sector.
But what about those wages, sir?
Lois also interviews now General Hal Jordan.
We're doomed! We're doomed!
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Who plans on serving as a military advisor for the British. Diana and Bruce dance together, which Bruce learns from the Amazon princess that she continues to work for Luther due to the fact that his spending on new innovations that would help beat the Germans. Later, Diana demonstrates her powers with Ted Knight's cosmic rod, and Bruce becomes...
Get it from all sides!
Whoa! And Bruce becomes interested in the Amazon...
Gotta have a backup plan.
Bruce becomes interested in the Amazon's invulnerability.
She's from an island of all women. She's out of your league, sir.
Oh my!
Felicia. Gimme. Be gentle with me.
That's what he said.
Oh. Hal Jordan soon oversees the British's failed offensive against the Germans in the Eastern Front, as the Germans possess highly advanced weaponry such as giant tanks. What is this? Dark Knight
Interesting.
Returns? What is this? Dark Knight Returns? Amazon.
Uh-oh.
Amazon.
Yeah, it is.
Ayo. Funko number 186 has arrived. This discovery surprises Hal, as America was supposed to be the only advanced nation to possess these kinds of weapons, and concludes that someone is supplying these weapons to Germany. I wonder who. After seeing British forces being slaughtered in a hopeless fight, Hal joins the fray. The Germans, in response, send out their aerial force of anti-gravity armored soldiers against the Green Lantern. Surprisingly, Jordan discovers that they know his ring's weakness, as the armored soldiers are coated in yellow paint. Oh, God. At least it's not a lamp. Despite this, Hal uses his ring to manipulate the soil and wrecks German tanks to defeat the soldiers.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Oh, boy. Jordan is eventually recalled back to the United States and is reprimanded by Luther for breaking America's neutrality, and he would be likely facing a court-martial. But Hal doesn't care about his consequences, as he is more concerned about the Germans possessing advanced technology and how they know his weakness, which only himself and Luther knew.
Ba, ba, ba.
I was going to say, Hal then immediately realizes that Luther is the German supplier.
You gotta find both sides of the war for it to be profitable. That's capitalism 101. Follow the money.
Gimme.
We need the money. Gimme.
Luther nonchalantly replies to Hal that it is all going according to his plan, explaining that he is not in any way jeopardizing America. He wants to make the nations of Europe utterly weak from the war, while he and Nikola Tesla will finish their construction of the Death Ray that will be used to force Germany's surrender and ensuring America's global supremacy, as well as making Luther a hero before the eyes of the American people and making him the next president of the United States.
Of these United States!
You don't need no death rates. Just get some crappy hotels.
Well, there's no reality shows just yet, so.
True.
A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Soon afterwards, Luther and Hal are urgently informed that something has happened in London. Germany has bombed the city. Oh my. No.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh yeah. Germany has bombed the city with a nuclear rocket, killing 200,000 people, including the royal family and the destruction of the nation's government, all in response to the Green Lantern's interference. Hal is shocked, but Lex is not surprised as he also provided nuclear weapons to Germany, which he considers it going better than he anticipated. Hal finally has enough with Lex and attacks him, but just as he is about to kill Lex, Diana stops him. But blind with rage, Hal suspects Diana to be in collusion with Lex's plans and strangles her with his power ring. With his back turned and too focused on Diana, Luther then fatally wounds Hal from behind with a fire axe. A yellow fire axe. As he is dying...
Better than a lamp.
Yes. And as he is dying, Hal commands the ring to find Superman while it flies out of his hand and escaping Lex and his men's reach.
Somewhere in deep space.
Dun, dun, dun. Clark has been living for years on a livable asteroid satellite and finds Hal's power ring landing in his palm. So yes, kids, he's not dead. He's been playing with Wilson the volleyball for the last decade.
He was so utterly devastated in humanity. I feel you, buddy.
Back on Earth, America has formally declared war on Germany for possessing nuclear weapons.
Life is a mass destruction! Sorry.
Actually, I'm going to take somebody on a hunting trip and blow their face off. Anyway,
I don't use birdshot.
Ayo! And that the League of Science have been sent to Britain to provide humanitarian relief efforts for the London survivors. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
You better be glad Dick Cheney never became president. He shot a man in the face and made him apologize on national TV, bro.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying.
We have a drop.
One man should have all that power.
Well, we have a Dick Cheney drop.
Not in the face.
We have a drop for everything at this point, Philip. We have become supernatural. It is fine. It is good.
Man, I'm slacking. You know, because Starman's in this story.
That's an awfully big rod he's got there.
I've been waiting. The devastation of his rod. You're welcome.
Little Hellfire's been waiting for that awfully big rod.
That's an awfully big rod he's got there.
Not without supervision.
It's fine having a sausage fest.
In England, the League are overwhelmed by the death and destruction in the aftermath of the nuclear attack. Barry expresses his uncertainty of how the League has now become soldiers. Lois is the most affected, seeing that the inventions that were made for the last decade only bring death and destruction in the end. The League then noticed a green streak of light that fell a distance away. They and Lois approach where it crashed and find it is Clark wielding Hal's power ring. Meanwhile, in America, now we got a hyphen. Batman has been interrogating a runner.
It's in the wrong place.
No, the Batman.
He's got a teenager.
Has been interrogating a runner who's been delivering engine parts and rocket fuel for the destroyed Luther Company warehouse and demanding the identity of his boss. The runner, who can only answer that the Amazon princess knows, as she worked at the warehouse all the time while in contact with Luthor. Back in England, Clark is fully dressed in his costume and prepares with the other Leaguers to stop the Germans from launching their nuclear rockets before having a passionate kiss and farewell from his wife.
You know what they said? They're ready to dole out some justice. Unlimited justice!
Dun, dun.
Bro, nothing hits like that intro to Justice League. I'm just saying.
Oh, the theme song?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Luther is awakened from his bed and alarmingly learns that Superman has returned and quickly realizes that he intends to find the rockets. He then prepares to meet with Tesla before finding a guilt-ridden Diana refusing to go with him because of her indirect involvement for London's destruction. Lex leaves for Wardenclyffe on his Zeppelin before contacting Germany's War Marshal Bismarck to launch the rockets in 3 hours as part of his plan for both America and Germany to share the outcome of the war. Just as Lex left, Diana is confronted by the Fat Man who asked to confide in him. Diana reveals everything to him about Lex's plans and that she was responsible for using her people's science to help create the Death Ray and the rockets that were provided to Germany. Man, they effed up that purple ray, didn't they?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. That man talks her into leading him to the Death Ray and strongly recommends to her that it is time to redeem herself instead of feeling sorry. Meanwhile, having arrived at Wardenclyffe, Luther is pleased to find the Death Rays in full operation and advises Tesla to leave as he does not want him to be here for what's coming next. But Tesla insists on staying to see his work in action, with which Lex reluctantly accepts, but warns him not to tell anyone what he will see next. In Germany, in Germany, the League finds the rocket base and attacks. 2 of the rockets are launched, forcing Superman to fly after them. The rest of the Leaguers successfully disable the other rockets. Afterwards, Plastic Man captures the base's leader, and Ted Knight tells him to inform the Kaiser that the war is over. The man with the big rod told us the war is over.
That's an awfully big rod he's got there.
He who has the biggest stick gets to decide.
Hello. Hey. I love those. Are like. Back at Wardenclyffe, Lex has the Death Ray charged up and ready to destroy the incoming rockets. However, Diana and Batman have arrived and confront Luther, informing him that the president has issued a warrant for his arrest.
Finally! Lock him up! Lock him up!
Not just ignore it like everyone else does. Lex, however, tells them that if he is to be stopped, that he will not be able to input the code sequence for the Death Ray to destroy the rockets from annihilating New York. Hundreds of miles off of New York State, Superman finds one of the rockets, heads off course towards New York City. Lex gives the order to shoot the rocket, but is then informed that it is slowing down. Over the city, Superman stops the missile with his power ring and directs it to explode in space. Lex manages to have the other rocket destroyed before discovering Superman. Lex then has the Death Ray fire at Clark. Although struck by the beam, Superman literally beats back the beam and forcing Luther to demand more power into the weapon.
More power!
Turn it up to 11! But Lex then discovers that the generators are going to explode. Diana and Batman have Tesla and the other people evacuate the building.
She's gonna blow!
Hey, seeing that there is nothing to stop the Death Ray's explosion, Diana willingly puts herself in harm's way to destroy the overcharged Death Ray, despite Batman asking her not to. Superman quickly arrives on the scene and gets everyone to safety as the Death Ray breaks apart. Batman and Superman search through the rubble for Diana and are saddened to find her lifeless body.
That's okay, she'll be reborn.
That's true.
Aww. She's a demigod, she'll be alright.
I know. Weeks later, Luther is imprisoned and awaits his death sentence. He is visited by Superman, who wants answers for his crimes. Lex replies that he wants to be remembered in history and leave a significant mark on the world.
Well, you did that, sir.
Yes, you did. Although in the end he is vilified for being a traitor and a mass murderer, which Lex considers it was all worth it. Hearing enough of
sick.
I know. Hearing enough of Luther, Superman leaves in disgust as Lex shouts out after him and asking what he will do with Hal's power ring, as it is still considered to be the most powerful weapon on Earth.
Well, he's the most purest and goodest intentioned guy, so it'll be fine. Mind your business.
In 1913, the League of Science gather at a world meeting. Clark gives a speech to the world's leaders in which he urges for the prevention of future wars and devastation, and recalls what Green Arrow had questioned him before in their first encounter concerning who will stand for justice. Superman wishes that Green Arrow would be here to hear his answer, as he had decided to create a Justice League of Nations.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato.
A neutral place where countries could settle their disputes diplomatically rather than on the battlefield. And to ensure the League's trust, Clark places Hal's power ring inside a special battery to be used by the JLN to stop any nation from committing. Yeah, that just rolled right off the tongue. To stop any nation from committing an act of aggression against another. After the inauguration, the Justice League of Nations, Superman flies away with Lois Lane to catch up on their life as Batman watches on while newspapers read of Lex Luthor's execution.
Happy ending.
More ways than one. I love the end thing. They're like, hey, where's he going? They're like, man, he hasn't seen his wife in 10 years. Where do you think he's going?
Exactly. Tell him to make a baby. A super baby.
He hasn't seen a woman or any other human being in 10 years. Where do you think he's going?
Like, why are your hands so rough? Don't worry about it, woman.
Yeah. He has to disarm another nuclear weapon.
No, this is a very well thought out story. I enjoyed it a lot. Did you pick this one, or did I?
No, this was yours. No, I'd never read this before. I was always worried I wasn't gonna like it, but I did like it.
See, I like how they kind of like mixed in like the Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman with like, you know, your Starmans and things like that. And even though it's not the right Flash, they gave us a Flash.
Yes. You even got Plastic Man.
I know, right? I mean, he didn't get to do much, but it was cool that they didn't forget him. And then Green Arrow's sacrifice and stuff, that means a lot to me, obviously. I really appreciated that little thing in the story, so.
It's weird, Dave. We didn't even get an origin for Plastic Man.
He's just there. He's a weird guy. They're keeping an eye on him.
Ted Knight was shooting off that rod again, hit someone else with chemicals.
They're like, damn it, be careful with that, man!
Control your rod, sir.
Exactly. He's like, it's cosmic. It does what it wants. But yeah, I like the art. I like a lot of it. I like that they had Diana working with Lex because he's a psychopath, you know. He's a sociopath actually, and he can be very charming to get what he wants. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, they had her working with Lex instead of just like, oh, hey, look, there she is 2 seconds off the boat from Themyscira, you know.
Exactly. But Germany conquering Themyscira, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I guess magic doesn't exist in this world, so I get it. Well, I don't know. How does the Green Lantern's ring really work?
Well,
it's magic, if you ask me.
Well, it looks like that. It's alien science.
Science.
I was just waiting for a Guardian or somebody to show up and be like, really? You're just going to let that ring sit there? Really?
It's not that. Oh, we got to take you in for orientation. That's not how that works. Come along.
If you don't want it, send it back.
Exactly. Here, use this wooden lamp here. Somebody get Alan on the phone. But yeah, I think it's a very good story. I think it if you have a chance to find it, definitely. I like the feel of the book, even though it's an awkward prestige format. It works for me.
Yeah, and if you can't find it, like I said, it's on DC Universe Infinite, so.
You don't even have to scroll to the next issue.
Yeah, no, they put it in all one file, so yeah, you can read the whole story without switching issues.
I'm kind of bummed we never see this guy write for DC again. I think he did a very excellent job.
I know, man.
But you know, it was that time in DC's kind of like a lot of things fell through the cracks.
Yeah, 2003, and again, you know, we're ramping up for, you know, Infinite
we're still
Crisis.
chasing our tails about, you know, another crisis looming. As always.
I mean, it probably just got overshadowed because 2000 was that when Identity Crisis came out?
Is it?
I don't know. It was. I thought it was early 2000s. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just this area.
2004.
Okay.
June to December.
But yeah, so we're ramping up the Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis. Jason Todd was going to return.
But like a lot of the 90s kids were also on their way to college or in college too, so they were definitely trying to scramble because their sales were going down, trying to figure out what to do next. So
I think I remember hearing about this story, but I don't think it got a lot of press either. So,
unfortunately, yeah. And like I said, it wasn't like a big name. Had they had a big name on it, probably would be better remembered, more talked about. Like a lot of stories. Hell, we cover some of Chichester stuff that is just like, kind of under the radar, but excellent stories, but it gets overshadowed by, the Frank Miller stuff.
And again, too, the 2-issue length probably hurt it too, because it was only in the shop for a quick moment.
Exactly.
Like if it was a 6-issue thing,
like I said, easily 6, because there is a lot of information to take in.
And then they could have been on the shelf for 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, hey, small miracles, to be honest, because this was definitely during the time of DC's cash grabby, gimme era. Like, woo!
Oh, definitely.
So I think that's why I really appreciated the 2-issue story the most.
But yeah, no, it was good. Like I said, this was my first time. It was good.
Awesome. Great.
This was my first time. It was very good.
I'm going to need that as a drop.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, what would you give it?
I would give it an A.
Solid A- for me as well. Like I said, it's jam-packed. It is a lot to get through, but the pacing for the most part is pretty good. I love what they did with Lex. He was not remorseful to the end. It's one of my favorite Lex stories, to be quite honest. So.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if you're a Superman or a Justice League fan, yeah, definitely read this. It's not bogged down by continuity, so even new readers can just jump on this and.
Exactly. Even if you've only watched Super Friends, you still can love it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if you barely know anything about comics, you could read this.
And I think that's the beauty of a lot of Elseworld tales during this era for DC,
Oh, yeah.
You just pick it up. I'm like, oh, cool, superheroes doing superhero stuff.
Exactly. All right. So should we give the kids their homework?
Yes. What's on the old agenda for next week?
Well, next week.
I think I know.
Well, next week will be the last week of the month. That's right. So, yes, kids, you'll be getting your first animated series episode review.
Your homework is to watch TV, guys. I know that it's on HBO Max. Is it anywhere else?
I don't know. That's probably where I'll be. I mean, I haven't.
I know Amazon used to have it, but with HBO Max.
I mean, if I watch it on any.
I have the DVDs too, so.
I have DVDs and HBO Max, so yeah,
and
I'm watching those two places.
Yeah, and I know Amazon had it out of order the last time. That was like 4 years ago that I had to watch it on Amazon.
But yeah, so. I was going to say, I definitely know HBO Max has it. So yeah, kids, Secret Origins Part 1, the very first episode of the Justice League animated series. So yeah, go watch it and come join us.
Yeah, definitely. The origin story is quite long, but again, that intro slaps. Don't skip the intro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like skipping Batman the animated intro. You just can't do it. It's good. It's so good.
Exactly. And then, like I said, in February, it's Justice League of America 195, Week 2 196, Week 3 197, and then, of course, the end of the month will be Secret Origins Part 2. So be here.
Or be square.
All right, kids. So, yes, send your thoughts on what's coming up. Send your thoughts on JLA Age of Wonder. We'll still read it in upcoming episodes. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Unlimited Justice.
Get some!
On Facebook, on Twitter. Find links to all of the various social medias for all of our shows. And also, kids, remember, follow the rebranded Facebook fan group, the JLA JSA fan group on Facebook. So,
really? Was Watchtower taken?
Oh no, I put Justice League Justice Society fan group. Again, we're going 1900s, Little Hellfire. You gotta be blunt.
Okay.
Hey, I come up with fancy names, and people can't. It seems like people can't find these groups.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
When I get blunt, man.
Hey, I feel you. Me too.
Oh my. All right, good. So yes, find links to all of the social medias, the Facebook groups, all of it. Links to these, the YouTube channel. The little Hellfire make
Obscene hand gestures.
what I recognize intercourse. Oh my! And
You can see my lovely background.
That's right, the Last Supper of the JSA.
No, this is where they tell them, "Hey man, you know there's dues for this, right? You gotta pay the money." It's where they sit them down and have that money talk.
Oh, I feel you.
That's why everybody's sad.
Sit down. Hawkman says,
We need the money. Gimme.
So yes, links to the YouTube channel. Most important, if you can, please subscribe to our Patreon. Once again, we don't have a Luther or anyone backing us up, so
We don't have the Thomas Wayne Company.
We no longer have a Lex Luthor footing the bill.
Why did your eye drift over to my box?
So please, if you can, anything to the Patreon would be appreciated. But $3 or $5 gets you the exclusive content, creator interviews. Mr. DG Chichester there every month, and the superhero movie brackets are coming. Where we pit 2 superhero movies against each other every episode. So you don't want to miss those debates. And you do want to sit there in your Capes and Lunatics or Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch.
Or, if you're at work and you don't want anybody to know what you're drinking.
Coming from the voice of experience. So find all of that all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Little Hellfire, where can the fanboys show you their cosmic rods?
Oh my! If you want to slide into my DMs with some information about your cosmic rods, feel free to find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok, making the spicy comments at Lilith Hellfire69. Duh.
It's a giant
Hello,
size
Megan.
It's a giant size man thing.
Good for that release. Absolute children. We should not be left alone to our devices.
Hello, Megan.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next week, our first animated series review, first episode, Secret Origins Part 1.
Don't forget to swing on back to the Hall of Justice next week, kids.
That's right. Oh my god. Just waiting for Charlie Ezra. You're going to cover any Super Friends?
Not for a while, but we'll get there.
That's what she said.
So if you're looking for some justice and you need it unlimited, you know where to
Come
find
get it.
us.